The Eagles' offense has become pretty predictable. They went from a top 10 unit to 24th in the league last year, and sources cite a lack of creativity and a failure to tie the passing game in with the running game. Greetings and salutations, and welcome to the Odd Coaches Podcast, the global authority on coaching leadership where coaching wisdom meets real talk. I'm your host, Dr. Keith Adams, and on today's Top Shelf Tuesday edition, in segment one, we've got some friction in Philly. So we're going to talk about that, and we're also going to talk about navigating professional growth in a behavior crisis in terms of Puka Nacua. In segment two, the Rooney Rule is under a legal microscope. And in segment three, my favorite quarterback, Kirk Cousins, has taken a reign in Vegas, and Chicago's got a stadium standoff. So with us today, academic and athletic consultant of the CKSA Project, George Ockert, is joining us this week. George, you know it's true. I hate the offseason. Coach Adams cannot stand the offseason because of stuff like this. So let's get to the first one. The Eagles' offense has become pretty predictable. They went from a top 10 unit to 24th in the league last year, and sources cite a lack of creativity and a failure to tie the passing game in with the running game. Jalen Hurts is on his sixth play caller in 6 years, and they mad at him. Like Jordan and Kobe, his leadership style is a little abrasive. He might not be the most warm and fuzzy guy, but he does have a Super Bowl on his resume. Tell me what you think about the friction coming out of Philly.
I mean, I think we're playing who gets the blame. Everybody's playing scapegoat because nobody wants to take the blame for what's going on, which is incredible because you are in the Super Bowl or right at the cusp of the Super Bowl every year. So I don't know what's happening. My thing right now, if I want to blame anybody, I'm going to blame Sirianni because it's his shop. He's in control. He's supposed to be the head coach. If Hurts is too abrasive and is not the one who is calling other plays over top of the offensive coordinator, you're letting them do it. Reel them in. Or the offensive coordinator isn't doing what's supposed to be doing. You're supposed to be the head coach. You're supposed to take charge of that. So if I want to lay the blame at somebody, I'm laying the blame at the feet of the head coach because he does not have control of his shop right now. And we've seen that happen.
All right. Second reason why I hate the offseason. Guys get in trouble. So Puka Nacua has entered rehab before a lawsuit was filed. Should that be an issue for the Rams? I often, and you have made fun of me over the years, look at things from a certain standpoint. And you will often remind me that professional athletes are professional. And I don't particularly care about what happens prior to the season. Just don't Alabama somebody and stay off the road if you're from Georgia. So what do you think about the Puka Nacua situation? Are they dealing with that correctly? How would you handle that? What do you think?
I mean, the best alibi nowadays is to go to rehab, right?
Say,
I mean, I'm being honest. I'm telling the truth to you. Telling the truth. Your PR guy stepped in, and the first thing he said was, "Hey, go to rehab." It makes it seem like you got an issue. So it is the right thing. It's the smart thing. I don't think there's a right and wrong thing. I think there's a smart thing, and they are doing the smart thing right now. And he will get through this, and he will be ready by training camp, and he will be back on the field.
will he be on your fantasy team next year?
I don't see why not, because it's not going to stop him from catching
Does
balls.
anyone care?
No,
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 who would care?
no. They're football. It's football, and they're football players. No one cares unless they kill
They don't
somebody.
care out now because Georgia had the traffic incident, and and the beat
No,
goes
no,
on.
I'm talking about with it straight up with a gun or something like that. Unless they kill somebody or on video beating up a female, they don't care about it.
All right. So thank you, George.
You're welcome.
And then yeah. So fans, well, when we get back in segment 2, the Rooney Rule is under a legal microscope. Let's have the administrative conversation. We'll be right back on the Coaches Podcast. What are your standards?
Today's student athletes face pro-level challenges without pro-level support. The CKA SAVE project is here to change that. For 16 plus years, Dr. Keith Adams and his team have provided comprehensive academic and athletic support from middle school through post-graduation transitions. NIL guidance, transfer portal navigation, academic coaching, career planning, they've got it covered. The CKA SAVE project. When your future is on the line, experience matters. Learn more at www.ckasaveproject.org.
Welcome back to the Coaches Podcast. In segment 2, the Rooney Rule is under a legal microscope, but it's a little different this time. So, Florida Attorney General James Utenmeyer has officially challenged the Rooney Rule, threatening civil litigation. The argument rests on the claim that the rule constitutes a race-based hiring mandate, which would violate Florida's anti-discrimination laws. Commissioner Roger Goodell argues that the rule is a process, not a mandate. He frames it as a benefit to the league's talent pool, designed to ensure a diverse set of candidates are identified so that the best talent can ultimately be hired. In the 2026 diversity audit, despite the rules expansion, which now includes GMs, coordinators, and quarterback coaches, and the inclusion of compensatory draft picks, there's only one coach out of 10 in this hiring cycle that was filled by a minority candidate, and that was Robert Saleh. So, George, what are you thinking about the Florida Attorney General dipping his toe into the Rooney Rule and Roger Goodell's response?
I expect nothing less. I mean, they've been skirting it for years. And now that you have the president that you have in office and getting rid of DEI, of course it was going to be attacked. Of course it was. I understand. And Roger Goodell's trying to stay faith with his response because his response is a good one, and he's trying to keep it in place. But teams have been going around the Rooney Rule for years now. That's why we have seen so very few minority coaches hired, and especially as head coaches. So I don't know what you do. You got Old Boy Network who own the teams with with some progressive thinkers underneath. The progressive thinkers are not going to make headway with the Old Boy Network, and they've continued to keep minorities from owning any football teams. So, and it's not going to happen anytime soon. So, I think the Rooney Rule is for show. It is so they can sit out there and say, "Hey, we're doing something for you," but it's not doing much, man.
Yeah, this is all very hard. And I just left Indianapolis for the Final Four, and I sat in a lot of panels and I talked to a lot of people. And when it comes time to get a job, man, my grandfather wasn't in athletics.
Right.
My father wasn't in athletics. My son was with me at the Final Four, and he met a lot of sons who are in athletics because their fathers is in athletics, because their grandfathers is in athletics. So, in other words, it's very hard to get in. And then once you get in, look at the kind of jobs that you have to take because somebody's going to take that job. And then to use a basketball example, Juwan Howard at Michigan didn't have the same resources that Dusty May had. Now, again, maybe he did a good job, maybe he didn't. I know at Syracuse, Red Autry didn't have the same resources that they're going to give Jerry McNamara. That's not Jerry's fault. That's just the business. So in the NFL, man, you get coaches who get bad jobs who get 1 year and then it's just done. And we got to keep fighting the good fight, and don't get us started on Division One college football. Man, I think we've got 5 or 6. If I count out loud, and I probably will miss one, but it ain't 10. I can tell you that.
What's sad about it is they are put in a situation to set up to fail, and then they use them as a reason why I'm not going down that road. Like, you see what happened last time I hired such and such, but the deck was already stacked against them, and you didn't help them out in the first place. So it was set up for you to fail. So it's a bad situation all the way
Yeah.
around.
All right. So with that, in segment 3, we're going to go from a bad situation to a great situation because my man Kirk Cousins has landed in Viva Las Vegas.
Great.
And we will have that conversation. We'll be right back on the iCoaches Podcast. Hi, everyone. Dr. Keith Adams here. And for over 30 years, I've dedicated my life to helping student athletes succeed, not just on the fields and the courts, but in the classroom and beyond. And that's why I founded the CKA Save Project. The CKA Save Project understands that finding the balance between academics and athletics is crucial for long-term success. That's why the CKA Save Project offers a range of programs, including personalized consulting, mentorship, and coming in 2027, our innovative Gap Year Basketball Academy designed to assist both young men and women reach their full potential both on and off the court. I'm incredibly excited to announce that the CKA Save Project is now partnering with the Cascade Sports Network. This partnership will allow us the opportunity to amplify our message and reach even more student athletes through the Odd Coaches Podcast and other exciting initiatives. Join the CKA Save Project and the Cascade Sports Network as we empower the next generation of student athletes. Visit CKA on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org to learn more. Let's work together to find the balance and help unlock your potential. Welcome back to the Odd Coaches Podcast in segment 3, The Bridge to the Future. Kirk Cousins takes the reins in Las Vegas. So Kirk Cousins, age 37, has agreed to a deal featuring a $20 million fully guaranteed contract for 2026. This marks his 11th consecutive season with a fully guaranteed contract. George, I'm going to say that again. Kirk Cousins, at the age of 37, has had 11 consecutive seasons with a fully guaranteed contract. Congratulations to Kirk Cousins. So the deal includes a club option for 2 years and $80 million. It could max out $172 million. It won't, but it doesn't matter because the move reunites Cousins with new Raiders head coach Clint Kubiak. During their 3 seasons together in Minnesota, Cousins was highly productive, notably throwing for 33 touchdowns and earning a Pro Bowl in 2021 under Kubiak as his coordinator. And the Raiders will, to my knowledge, draft Fernando Mendoza and $20 million for a mentor for the number 1 pick when he's going to make a little bit of money. That's not a bad deal. George, you're not as big a fan of Kirk Cousins as I am, but you gotta love the fact that this dude's got 11 straight years making guaranteed money. What are you thinking about the Raiders, who I'm now rooting for because my man Kirk Cousins is there?
Listen, whoever Kirk Cousins' agent is needs to write a book. All right. Because I swear, the job he has done is on a whole nother spectrum. It is absolutely ridiculous. How, making minor major is his talent, and he has done it, man. He has done it. Wow. And I said this to you before. I said Kirk Cousins is the best snake oil salesman I ever known in my life because he continues to get paid.
You're only worth what somebody's going to pay you, and for 11 consecutive years,
Damn
somebody
right.
paid him money.
Wow.
All right, so the Chicago Bears, shout out to my girl Cook. We got a legit stadium standoff. So there's a hard deadline, George.
Yeah.
Team president Kevin Warren has set a late spring, early summer target for a final decision, with the Illinois legislative session ending May 31st, 2026. The clock is officially ticking on the team's future in the state of Illinois. The Indiana threat is real. Unlike the stalemate in Illinois, Indiana has already passed legislation granting the Bears tax certainty in Hammond, Indiana, which is closer than the Bears currently are to Chicago. And it offers a zero property tax path that Illinois has yet to match. One of my favorite scenes in the movie Ray was when Ray got a contract offer and said, "Hey, are you going to match it?" And they said, "We can't match it." Well, I got to leave. Okay. So what are you thinking, George? Bears are the Chicago Bears, but they may play in Indiana. Does anyone care? What do you think?
Can't wait to see those Indiana Bears. I can't believe Chicago's going to let the Bears get away. It's unthinkable that this is going to take place, and it's looking like that's what's going to happen. I mean, teams are looking for these perks and looking for long-term deals, and it work in cohesion with the cities that they're in. And Chicago is muddling their fingers about it, and it's going to cost them, just like in Kansas City, it's going to cost them. It's going to cost Missouri. So, do I have any? There's a nostalgia part to me that's like, oh, I wish it was there, and oh, the frozen tundra and all this other stuff. But guess what? Every player will tell you, if I can play in a dome compared to being out in negative 20 degrees, they will take it every time.
You can watch NFL film. So
that's right.
Giants and Jets don't care. They play in Jersey. Okay. Dallas doesn't play in Dallas. They play in Arlington.
They're playing Arlington. Yep.
In a beautiful stadium, by the way.
Yes.
Kansas City will probably move to Kansas if the deal goes through. Because I don't know if their deal is finalized, but yes. And the list does go on and on.
Yes.
Heck, Jacksonville, while they build a new stadium, will be in Orlando.
And Jacksonville might not get them back.
And might not get them back.
Might not get them back.
So, hey, Chicago, you can fake it if you want to. Yeah. But let me tell you what young people care about. Nothing. They don't care about your nostalgia. They don't care about any of this stuff.
No.
Ooh, shiny toy. I'm going. And that you're not the demographic they want.
All the old timers will be on their front lawn when the Oakland A's are playing in Las Vegas next year. Yeah, so it is what it is.
Baseball is its own beast. All right. Well, thank you, George, for sitting in. So on behalf of our academic and athletic consultant, George Ocker, I'm Dr. Keith Adams saying thank you for listening and or watching the Odd Coaches podcast, also seen on the Cascade Sports Network. And we will see you on the sidelines. Until next time, take care.
We hope you enjoyed today's show. The Odd Coaches podcast drops new episodes every Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. Make sure you subscribe to the Odd Coaches podcast on YouTube, Spotify, and iHeartRadio. Follow the Odd Coaches podcast on the X platform at Odd Coaches. Follow Dr. Keith Adams and the CKA Save Project on social media at CKA Save Project. For more information about the CKA Save Project, visit them on the web at www.ckasaveproject.org. See you next time on the Odd Coaches podcast.